you went into law to avoid disappointing your parents, or I think you've even described it as you wanted to give them something specific to be proud of.
Yeah.
And I think many South Asians can relate to that. But as someone that's been rapping since 6th grade, it seems like entertainment law would have been the obvious choice. But your first job in law was with a divorce practice. So can you kind of speak more about that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, when I got out of college, I got out as an English major, right? I started as a bio major because I was supposed to go to med school. I failed out of college twice, and it just was not a choice for me because I would not wake up for 8 a.m. chem lab. I wouldn't pay attention in bio 152. Like, I failed everything, right? There was just no choice. When I finally decided I'm going to do me, I'm going to do what I like English. I like to read, speak, write, that sort of stuff. I got on the dean's list, and I graduated, and I thought I'm going to work in music. Didn't think it through all the way because I was like, how are you going to get into music with an English degree? There's a lot of people vying for these roles at record labels, and it's a very sexy sort of career. I didn't think it all the way through. So I was out there trying to meet people, applying to roles, never hearing back. I was applying on Craigslist to things. And this one firm responded back to me, and they were like, hey, come on in. We'll interview you. And I got the job. And then I was their office manager. It was a small firm. For once, my parents were like, okay, you got a job. Cool. So I started doing that. At the same time, I'm still hanging around studios. I'm like a studio rat. And a lot of times people would come up to me pretty much every time I was in the studio and there were other people there. They'd come up to me and they'd just be like, Kunal, I got this contract. What does it mean? Or Kunal, what's a copyright? Kunal, what's a trademark? And I don't know why they asked me. To this day, I still don't know. I think it's because I was the brown dude in the room. I legitimately think it was because I was the brown dude in the room. But I noticed that maybe there was a way, and this is where my parents' practicality kind of got to me. Maybe there was a way for me to meld these things. I was a studio rat. I'm a creative. But maybe this won't pay the bills forever. So I'm working at a law firm. It's doing divorces. This is something I don't like whatsoever. But maybe I can go to law school and I can learn entertainment law. And so I can help these artists when I get out. And that's what I did. So then after that, I went to law school, got out, and again, similarly, had not thought it through. Like, how are you going to get into entertainment law? It's a very high barrier for entry to get into entertainment law. It is kind of insane. Like, when you get out of law school, it's not like med school where you can focus on something. You're a general practitioner when you get out of law school. And if you don't get into what you want to do very quickly, you start being pegged as something else. And so I knew there was a clock running against me. I was applying everywhere, but unfortunately still couldn't get a role because barrier for entry is so high. So I went back to that divorce firm, and they were really gracious. They were like, yeah, we know you're competent. We'd love to have you back. You can keep applying to entertainment jobs and work for us at the same time. And if you get something, go with God. So that's why, I was doing family law for a while. It definitely hipped me to the fact that I do not want to do this for the rest of my life. But they were gracious enough to let me stay there until I was finally able to land something in entertainment.